Brian, I think we forgot to get a guest this episode.
Oh man, are you serious?
Yeah.
We have nobody?
No. We could talk to Jordan Nash on the wall.
Oh, there you go. That'd be an interesting conversation.
It would be.
I know exactly what he would say.
Yes. No Mountain Dew. So what are we gonna do instead?
I don't know, man. What do you think?
I have no clue.
You know what? It's May. Why not have it the month of the triers? We'll just interview all the triers that we have. We got Carl, we got Keith, we got Vinny, the Stauffergens.
I'm glad you said their names.
That'll fill up the month.
It would.
Huh?
I think we should do that. But before we get to that, maybe I should play the intro and actually do this the right way.
Right.
All right. Guess we're interviewing ourselves. Here we go.
Hi, this is Blinky, broadcasting almost live from the Boscoyo Broadcast Studios. You're listening to the second season of the Professional Triers podcast. Oh, yeah! Remember to like us on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube and Apple Podcasts. And now here are your hosts, the Professional Triers.
Hey, welcome to a special. I say special a lot. I'm going to stop saying special. Welcome to another episode of the podcast, video cast, YouTube, whatever. I don't even know what to call it anymore. Just our show with Brian and me. And I guess we're interviewing each other because we're doing this whole month of the triers. And we're going to interview everybody on the Professional Trier show, all the people. So we're starting out today. Who's going to ask questions first?
I don't care. You go. You're the main guy. You go. Or I'll go because you're the main guy.
Did you see my shirt?
Yeah, I saw that.
Because Brian doesn't know. That's why I have to go first.
I got notes. I know this time.
You know what happened, though? I was playing on my phone, and I closed my notes. So why don't you go first while I look at my notes?
Look, youngin. Notepads.
I don't know what a notepad is. Look, I got a cell phone with questions.
Well,
you know what's funny is we've done this show enough where I should know what the first question is automatically because it's always the first question.
It is.
Ryan,
well, so I'll help you out.
About yourself. Are you married? Do you have kids?
I am married. We are going on 16 years. My daughter is 12. She'll be 13 in August. My son turns 8 next month.
Oh,
so, wow. And my beautiful wife, Angela, keeps me in line and gets very upset when I don't stay in line. So, but yeah, it's a good time.
So how are we doing this? Are we going back and forth?
Sure.
Or am I going through this section, then you're going to go through this section?
I don't care. What do you want to go?
Yeah, let me just keep going and then you go.
Okay.
So it's not confusing for people too. See, we do this show on the fly. This is how we roll.
It's how we roll.
Yeah. Where do you live?
So I do live in Montana. I had to think about that. Otherwise known as Montanada. It is Montana. It's not sold to Canada yet. So I'm still stateside.
JR, when you edit this, play the anthem that we made him.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I love that anthem.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man, I was so lit that night when I thought of Montana. It's going on almost a year now.
Damn. Brian's
I do have a t-shirt.
That's going to be a shirt now.
Well, when I went in the hospital last summer, Jay got me a t-shirt that has the United States, and then Montana is gone, and above it says Montanada. I should have worn it.
Yeah, but we got to make a Professional Trier shirt now.
Oh, they're definitely. Okay. I know a guy in Montanada.
So let's get back to.
Oh yeah.
How long have you had a Christmas light display?
I am going on my 3rd year, so my junior year, of lighting. Junior year. And
what inspired you to get into this hobby?
YouTube videos. I have watched them for years every Christmas time back when a certain satellite TV service had YouTube on there, I would always go to YouTube and watch YouTube videos, and I've always loved it. And I lived on a one-way street, so I didn't want to do it. It's fairly busy for as Great Falls goes. So when we bought the house out here, I was doing the same thing, and the wife said, well, hey, you've watched it for years, why don't you do your own show? So I was like, game on.
Sweet. Well, I'm
So-
glad you got into it because it's a lot of fun having Brian around.
I
Tell
try
us
to be.
something about you that most people in the lighting community won't know about you.
Retired Air Force. My very first deployment as a one striper, that's an airman. I rolled a Humvee in the desert chasing dogs, we'll say, because that's what the record says. Over in Cairo, West Egypt. My very first deployment, barely had a stripe on, and I thought I was going to lose it. So, but yeah, that's, I don't think anybody knows that. So
It's fancy.
that'll be the next shirt.
So how? No,
Can you?
the next shirt's to Canada. How scared were you when you almost?
Oh no, we rolled it all the way on the top.
Oh.
No, we had our seatbelts on. Oh yeah, Humvees do roll over in the sand. They are wide, but independent suspension. You get a front tire and turn too sharp, it'll roll you over. And we used the winch on another. We used a winch on another Humvee to go from the far side and flipped it back, and it made it probably about a mile back to camp, and then it died. And that's when I said, shoot. So
I'll edit
yeah.
that one, I guess.
Oh, shucky darn.
So
yeah.
I know the answer to this, but how does your family handle your hobby?
They don't care. No, that's not true. They look at it for about the first 5 minutes of the first night, and then the kids are done. They'll be like, oh yeah, dad's playing with his lights. The wife, she absolutely loves X Lights Around the World that we did to my first year, which was oh my god, The Greatest Showman.
Oh, The Greatest Showman? That was your first year?
That was my first year.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So yeah, that was fun, and she absolutely loved that one. She loved the sequence. She loved the song to it. We went out and got the movie for it. So we watched the movie.
Yeah, we bought the movie after that too.
Oh yeah. Why are the sales going up all of a sudden? But yeah, I mean, I light up different stuff and I'll go show them. And my daughter actually did ask if she could have lights in her room. So I'm running a little bit different setup that I won from a PPD contest. Richard Petty sent it to me. So I'm running that little built-in controller in her bedroom going around the top of her bedroom. So that's about as much as they get into it. So,
by the way, Brian's horrible with people's names. That's Robert Petty.
What'd I say?
Richard.
Oh, the great Richard Petty. Well, I'm so sorry.
That's
Robert Petty. Sub-Rob.
That he won something from, which I don't know. There's a little side tangent here since you brought it up, but I don't know if many people know this, but when Rob was doing those contests for PPD's group, like those came out of his own pocket. Like they weren't PPD prizes or anything like that. They were Rob's prizes that he was giving out to people. Which
no kidding.
Awesome. Yeah.
Oh,
so
I had no idea.
Legitimately came from Robert Petty.
Wow, that is awesome.
Or
so
Richard
thank you. And I did
want to claim it from.
Well, yeah, that's awesome. And I did, of course, thank him for it and all that. And then I don't know if I've showed him the lights since I got it hooked up. I'm not sure. I don't remember. So yeah.
All right.
But
It's your turn.
All right. So JR, that's not Junior. That's actually stands for, tell me about yourself.
Whoa, hey. I don't know if everybody needs my real name.
Oh, you don't want that out there?
No, it's fine. It's fine. My real name's actually John Robert Matos the Fourth. That's right, 4. My son is John Robert Matos the Fifth, or Johnny 5. And some older people will get it. Some younger people won't get it. But there's a movie called Short Circuit with Johnny 5. It's pretty funny. When he was born, I had a shirt that said Input. I wanted to wear a shirt that said Johnny 5 is alive. My wife smashed that because I don't know. But yeah, I have a wife. Amazingly, somebody wanted to marry me. It's pretty impressive. She's pretty hot too. And I have a daughter named Faye, who is a handful, and she's 4. My son's 2. You will see how much of a handful my daughter is when my episode for the Great Christmas Light Fight airs. You will see that. She is hilarious. What else you want to know about me? Oh, I was filmed for the Great Christmas Light Fight that will air in November, and Brian helped me. I live in San Jose, California, and I'm not that kind of Californian. I live on I grew up on an apricot orchard. I have tractors. I'm very much a farm kid, not.
I was reassured many times when I was over there that we're not going to go to the beach and start a fire and sing Kumbaya. So
yes. I just went to the beach this weekend when we're not supposed to. And I didn't wear flip-flops to the beach and I got my shoe wet. So that's the kind of Californian I am.
Well, how long have you had a Christmas light display?
I think I'm on 12, 13 years now. 4 years now with Pixels. Before that, I was 100% traditional incandescents for the first 5 years. Then I went full LED, and now I'm LED and Pixels, except for like the 100 incandescent lights and one prop that I don't have a replacement for yet.
Cool. Well, what was your inspiration and how long did it actually start the process?
So I guess what really started me into the lights is TLC had this show. I forgot the name of it, but it was like a Christmas light show. And they went off the Tacky Light Tour website. And it was like Tacky Lights or something like that. It was on TLC, and it was all these crazy houses. None of them had pixels back then. It was older, and it was just, they called it going, like they used terms like going big on Christmas and stuff like that. And they were like, you need 100,000 lights to be considered big and all this stuff. So I was like, oh, that's cool.
Wow.
And then me and my grandfather watched that show, and we went to Lowe's like after Christmas one year and bought everything they had. It was all incandescent at the time, so I was getting 100 strands of light for 10 cents. Like I still have brand new packages of Lowe's incandescent lights somewhere, like in storage, because I bought so much. And I wrapped every single tree in the orchard with white lights and put ground lights and white mini lights. And there was just a shit ton. Oh, I got to edit that out too. There was just a ton of mini incandescent lights and traditional C9 bulbs in the display when it started. My first mega tree was incandescents on a Mr. Christmas. And I still had my crank up topper that matches the science has, but it wasn't as fancy. It was just a round tube over a round tube with 2 pulleys up top and 2 green ropes that I pulled the topper up and then tied it down to hold it, which then I converted into my pixel tree, but that was later on. So yeah, that's what got me into big lights. And then being into the big lights, I kept looking for ways to make it better. I have 200 blow molds. I'm sorry if you don't like them. I'm not out on the hunt for them anymore, but I like mine. And they have a purpose. I don't just throw them all everywhere. Brian's seen it. It's not crazy, but it's there. You'll see it in November. on TV. I'm not crazy. I have blow mold, but I'm not crazy.
They're strategically placed. They look good where they're at.
Yeah. And then I tried Go LLR, but it was just too expensive. And then I started searching online, and then I found Pixels from a vendor, which then made me find Vixen, which I did that for a minute, which was horrible. Then I kept researching, found X-Lights, ended up in X-Lights. Then found out there was groups online for lighting. Like after I found X-Lights, I found out there was like Facebook groups and then like a forum.
The forums. And, yeah.
So I was doing lights for like 10 years before I knew there was other people that did lights like me and talk to each other. But yeah, so that's all changed now. I think we're a lot easier to find groups for people.
Oh, yeah. Well, this next one's going to be kind of tough because everybody knows you pretty well. But what is something about yourself that nobody knows in the hobby? In the lighting community.
Yeah. See what you did, ABC? See what you did. I was the number one 15-year-old on the West Coast BMX racer.
Knew that. Try again.
You knew that?
Well, yeah, you told me that when I was over there.
Oh, yeah. You know a lot more than everybody else. Let's be calm.
All right, I'll give you that one.
I turned pro in BMX racing, but never did that good. But I did actually turn pro. So I guess maybe that one.
Very cool.
No, you probably knew that too.
I don't know. You may have told me that.
My first car was a 68 Camaro. There we go.
Camaro's like, oh, never mind. I can't say that. Talking to a Mopar guy. I got to talk down Camaros. So.
Oh, okay.
All right. So how does your family handle your hobby?
They're okay. Like, my parents and stuff are involved in it because it's at the orchard. My dad likes to talk crap about it, but secretly I think he likes it.
Yeah.
My mom helps a ton. My wife is pretty cool with it. She did get irritated like a year ago before the Great Christmas Light Fight thing that I was spending too much time with all you people on Brew Tank and chatting and stuff. And now it's not such a big deal. I don't do it as much. I go in Brew Tank I've been there regularly now that we're in quarantine, but not as much as I used to be. So everything's good now. Everybody likes it.
And now you have a small display at your house too. So what do the kids think about that? You did your house this year along with the orchard.
Yes, I did do Pixels at my house this year, but that was going to be the only year doing Pixels at my house.
Oh, really?
My wife wants the traditional like white C9s back. So I just got more Pixels to take to the orchard now.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. So now for the Zazzle speed round. Well, now always keep changing the. I'm not used to the new name. It's the Zazzle Flashpoint with fancy intro. You ready for the intro? Here we go.
All right.
Hi, this is Blinky, and now it's time for our favorite segment, Flashpoint. As fast as you can, tell us all about the details of your display.
Okay, so this is going to be easy for me. I have roughly about 100,000 LEDs. I have 200 per tree C9s. I got C9s all over the place. For Pixels, I got a Falcon controller, a Falcon expansion board, and then I got the Culp 32 board. I have no clue how many Pixels I have. I've never spent the time to count it. I've added Pixels last year like so much on random occasions. I don't know. I bought a ton of Pixels. I don't even know how many I have left. No clue on pixel count. I use Paul connectors and X connectors because I started somewhere and now I'm changing. My my Colt board goes from X connectors to Paul on an adapter because, yeah, I'm there. Oh, I have some Ray connectors too. I'm just full. I got it all. I got a P10 panel with a Beagle Bone running it, which, as Tom Stalling says, I should have a color board. And I'm doing this really slow, and I don't know what I have, but I have stuff that goes blinky flashy, and yay. Brian, your turn.
Well, since I'm all pixels, it'll be a little bit more than that. I have 5 F-16s that are going to be used this year as well. An F-32, soon as Ken gets it in, I'm going to have an F-32. I have an F-48 with 14 smart receivers hooked up to it, and an F-8 that I won from a think tank photo contest for the essential workers, or for the people staying home, I guess that was.
Yes, that was the people staying at home contest.
Yeah,
You
staying
stay at
home.
home,
So
well.
I have an F8 that I don't know what I'm going to do with yet. I might. Well, I got a plan. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. Anyways, I had 14,500 lights last year. This year, with what I have on order and what I'm doing, I might be around 22,000. All 12 volt. I do use Raspberry Pi. I'm not an X schedule guy. I like my Raspberry. And I also have one in the P10 panel. That is going to a color light board as well, because the P10 panel was a 4x1. Now it's going to be a 4x5. All 12 volt, except for the P10, of course. And I am Ray Wu. I did start out when I was ordering from Pixel Controller, the pre-made boxes, F-16 boxes. I didn't realize you could pick pixel size pigtails. So I do have a ton of DIY pigtails that I will donate to somebody that uses them, because I am going all Ray Wu this year, as Ken definitely knows. Other useful hardware.
I know where you're going with
My
that.
It's all up here, baby. For the listeners, reflect that I was pointing to my head. No, and I do have my rugged pole that first year I had it, 86 mile an hour winds, 17 feet in the air, no issues, no guy wires. I had them on it, but they were just kind of tied to the rugged pole about here, and I didn't have them actually anchored in. So that's it. That's all I got.
Good job, Brian. Oh, I use X scheduler, and I use 5 volt and 12 volt because I started out before the 12 volt thing, so
Was good.
I have some 5 volt. All right, I think that did. We went pretty well on that, right? Well, you did better.
I think it was pretty good.
I don't know what I have. I just have it.
You know, there's a settings in X Lights that you can go to tools and then go down, and it'll give you all of your props and your pixel count and everything. I don't have X Lights open. I'm still on like 13, I think. So
yeah, my show computer is at the Orchard, so
yeah,
I could tell you how many pixels the tree at work has on it. Oh, we missed that question. Brian, what do you do for a living?
I am semi-retired, I guess you could say. Stay-at-home dad. I'm Air Force retired, so
He's Air Force retired, not semi-retired. He's
Air Force
done a good job, and now he's retired.
I'm not over 65, so I'm not technically retired, but I do get a retirement check from the Air Force.
So he's retired.
From the government.
Anyways, I work for Christmas in the Park in San Jose. That's right, Christmas 24/7. Okay. You want to just go back and forth on these ones?
Yeah, we can.
All right. What would you say is the most popular prop in your display?
I'd say the Mega Tree, just because you can do so much with it. I had the talking trees last year, the little 30-second or whatever skits in between my shows, and they were awesome. They were a big hit. So I would say the mega trees. I have 2. I'm going to have 3 next year.
This year,
Your
I think. Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask you the same thing.
Okay. Well, this year, I think it was my Halloween Town. I had the most comments about that. And I think it was because it was like super new and people could totally notice that the Grinch was gone and Halloween Town was there. So most comments about that this year.
That was very cool. Have you had any neighbor issues at the orchard or at your house this year? And if so, how did you handle it?
No neighbor issues about my Christmas lights. Everybody kind of, I don't know. Everybody, I guess, just doesn't care in my neighborhood. Like, to be honest, none of them showed up for my filming.
Yeah.
Except for one, but none. When I first started, the other orchard down the street was trying to compete with me. And he tried to go big after the first year I went big, but didn't realize how much bigger I was going the following year. And then he gave up.
He donate you the lights for you?
No, he
To you.
just stopped putting them up, stopped taking them down, just was like, screw it.
For me, I'm out in the country, so my neighbor is, I don't know, 5 football fields away, so 500 feet away. And when they were building their house in 2018 across
Football fields are not 100-foot long.
football fields. Oh, yards. Oh my God. See, this is what happens when we have it now.
Had like 5 football
yards,
fields, like 500 feet away. Yeah.
that would be 1,500 feet. No, 500 feet. But when he was building his house in 2018, I had talked to him. I said, hey, I hope you guys like Christmas, and because just my first year to do a show. So they absolutely love it. They want me to run it 24/7. They hate it when it goes dark. When I have the music going, they tune their stereo in the house to my 95.5 channel and listen to it. So they absolutely love it. So no issues whatsoever. As far as traffic goes, I mean, I haven't heard any complaints about it because we are a dirt road. So, but people normally take it pretty slow as they're going through.
Yeah. I don't care what kind of my traffic is because I was there first.
Well, the orchard was.
Yeah, the orchard was. Not necessarily me, but the orchard was there before all the houses. So I do what I want.
There you go. And I was the first house out in this area as well. So
Brian does
now there's like 20. Stinks.
All right. So tell us the evolution of your display.
My first year I had 5,700 lights, and then I went to 14,500 lights, and then this year I'll be 22,000 ish, 21,000 ish. Especially this year with the props that are coming out are just incredible. But I don't have a single icicle. I started out with icicles. They broke on me because of the way I mounted them. So I still want to go to icicles, and that'll be probably 1,000 lights by themselves, 2,000 lights by themselves. I got my notebook around there somewhere with it all in there. But next year will be icicles. I probably won't grow any bigger. Not talking about this season, but next season, 2021. I'm going to go with icicles and keep everything else the same. So, because I love the effects that you can do with the icicles, the 7-drop. What about you? What are you thinking about the evolution of your display?
So I'm not going to talk about my non-pixel stuff because nobody cares about that. So my pixel stuff, I started with a Mega Tree kit from a website with their controller and everything, and that was my only pixel prop was the Mega Tree kit. I did that 1 year, and then like I have lands So I was looking for stuff to put in my light bulb factory land, and I thought the Mega Tree was good. Blinking lights go with the light bulb factory with my cutout there. So the following year, I added some hula hoops with pixels on them instead of arches, just circles, a P10 panel, and I wrapped a couple trees and did the ground lights in that land with pixels. So I could turn them on and make them look like the rest of my display, or have them go with the song. And then I let it sit like that one year. And then this year, for filming, I kind of wrapped a bunch more trees, did some of the Matto's Orchard Collection Coro with pixels in it, added some singing light bulbs, added some really big lights, added some C9 bulbs.
Moving really big lights?
Yeah. No, those are the singing light bulbs. But yes, those are moving too. Added some really big lights from the top of the Mega Tree, added some C9s on the bushes for pixels and stuff like that. I completely this year redid all my wood cutouts and replaced them with Coro Matto's Orchard Collection cutouts now. Got rid of my big plywood cutouts. And this year, I don't plan on doing anything different to my display. Mostly because I kind of want that, see it on TV, come see it in real life. It's what you saw.
Mhm.
I don't want to like, oh yeah, you saw it like this, but look at it now. Like, I'm just playing it safe, doing the same stuff.
This is what I've changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to give people the experience to see what they actually saw on TV. So I guess it's me asking the next question. If you started your display over again, what would you do differently?
Nothing. I was sitting there thinking about that question. Jeez. Nothing. I like the way I started out, with a few props, snowflakes, and that's given me the ability to kind of grow. I believe in starting out small and then letting it grow as the years go, because I feel that the people want to see progression. If they just go out to the same old show with the same old display, the same music, I think it would get stale. So I don't think I would change anything what I did. The stuff that I did order my first year, I am starting to use this year. Swinging bells that I didn't use before, because I was like, how in the heck does this start wired? And then as I've learned through the process, now I can actually use it and do the submodels to actually make them swing. So it's a progression. It's just like anything, you learn as you go, and I don't think I would change anything. What about you?
Nothing. Like when I started my regular display, there wasn't much to go differently. Like if I was doing it now, I'd buy all LEDs originally from China instead of going to Home Depot and still buying them after Christmas and them still be cheaper directly from China, which I do now for all my LED needs. But I would still have the LED display like I do. I really like that traditional look. I would have had my first Mega Tree be with a Falcon controller and 12 volt pixels and not 5 volt, because now I have a second Mega Tree that I don't know what to do with this year because I used it at my house last year, but I would have went 12 volt 100 pixel Mega Tree first shot, not the 55 volt tree. I would have went Falcon controller, 12 volt 100 pixels, 60. I still like my 16. I built a new Mega Tree. I still made it a 16 by 100. I like the 16 on the 180. It looks best for me. I don't know. Let me ask Faye. What's up? What would you do different in my Christmas lights if you could do it different?
Daddy.
What?
I'm on the part where what you did. Mommy told me you were on
Shh,
the
it's a secret. That video hasn't been out yet. Nobody knows about my music video. Let's keep it a secret, okay? All right. There's a top secret project coming, and my daughter almost spilled the beans. But yeah, I probably wouldn't have went P5s instead of P10s on my display.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like where it is close to the street, I think I should have went with P5s, better resolution. Would have bought more panels when I bought my P10, like extra ones.
Oh, yeah.
Because I do have a panel that's kind of funny sometimes, but I can't change it because I don't want to put a new one that looks different. So buy more panels if you do P10s or P5s. That's my thing I should have did. Other than that, I don't know. I should have went to Coro props instead of plywood years ago for my cutouts. But I feel like it's making me soft though, carrying light Coro instead of all that plywood. But
Yeah, no kidding.
yeah, that's like I don't know. I kind of like my display. I kind of like how it is.
If you could travel to any 3 shows, where would you go and why?
Brian McVeigh's house.
I got nothing yet.
I have a passport and I want to go to Canada. No, I really want to see your display, Brian. I'm with so much like talking about it and helping with it and like discussing things. Like I want to see it. I want to go to Arizona and go through one of those drive-thrus PPD does.
Oh yeah.
I think that would be awesome. And I think this year I want to see Vinny's drive-thru.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be cool. I want to go see it. We'll see if that works out. I don't know. Things are kind of weird right now about travel. I don't know how they're going to be then, but we'll see how it works. What about you, Brian? What displays would you go to?
Well, you named off 2 of the 3. I definitely want to go down to Arizona to the PPD drive-thru down there. I wish I could remember the name of it, but yeah, it is down in Arizona. And then I think Vinny's is going to be awesome. His drive-thru. I've seen the land. I've seen the park that it's going to be at. I think it's going to be really, really cool. And then I think I would like to go see Tony Bigdas.
Oh, yeah.
With what he's doing and what he's building, I really want to go see his in person and meet him in person because he seems like just a super awesome guy.
I got to meet him at Disney World. He's pretty awesome.
I know. I was so jealous. I'm like, oh. So, but yeah, I think that would be that would probably be my top 3.
Very cool.
What tips would you have for somebody getting new into the hobby?
X connectors and a Culp or a Falcon board.
Mhm.
I think that's the best way to go about it. And pick one person to be like your mentor. Go to the think tank, whatever, the X-Lights group, and find one person to ask your questions for. Don't like publicly ask them, like, because you're going to get 100 different answers. You go out there and make a post, be like, I need help with this. You're going to get like 12 different ways to do it. But you find one person to be like the person to help you with stuff. And then that way you're always on the same track when you have a problem, because you don't want to, like, I've had this happen where I had a problem. I asked publicly how to fix it. Well, I got 100 different answers. I picked one. I did it. It screwed a bunch of other stuff I had set up because it didn't work with the way I was doing stuff. So just get one person to be your mentor and continue on your way with one person.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
What about you, Brian? What would you, your tips for somebody new?
Well, I would echo that as well. Finding, one person that you're comfortable with, that you're talking with, uh, and I think that's important. I'm hopefully there's a guy in town. I think hopefully I'm going to be there are two shows in Great Falls, Montana. So, but I told him start off slow, envision where you want to go with the show. He's at of course, a lot different layout because he's in town. But start off slow, do a few props. I might be even donating that F8 that I got to him once I get my F32 figured out. Then I'll help him with the F8 uh, to get him going. Because I don't want to be the only guy in town that does it. I'd love for everybody to do it. So, um, but start off slow. Do your research. Can of Spader Christmas. Love you, Jeff. He is absolutely awesome. I have watched his videos, quite a few of them. I've watched more than once.
Oh, me too. Yes.
So, but yeah, every time something like when he went through the smart receivers, I watched that one time and time, and I'll do it again when I go to set up my ABCs with the smart receivers. I'll watch him again. So he is an awesome video to watch, and I'm not a power injection guy. That's why I have so many controllers.
Ooh,
Yeah, not
not
that
that
I'm afraid
hard.
of it. I understand the concept of it and doing it. And with the Scotch locks that you sell, they're absolutely awesome to be able to power inject with. That's how I did the power equalizing on one of my arch spinners, or I guess a mini fan, I guess is what they were called now. But
Well, originally they were called Marty fans when they were like
Marty fans. Okay, I just called
LR.
them.
They were Marty fans, I guess. But I think with the
Oh,
new fans, like what's going on, I think they should be called the McFly fans.
the McFly fans. Yeah. Well, I had the half. I didn't have near as many as Tony does. I just, and I just called it a half spinner. You know, that's how I modeled it. So with the help of Rob. So, but that's what I got, and definitely pick somebody that you know, that you get along with or you talk with, and you could, on Brew Tank, um, you got people in there. Um, oh my God, I'm totally brain farting. Alex,
The punk.
I'm totally brain farting his last name. Yeah. He's got a Zoom that he's, I think, always in. Super smart. I would rather go there than and ask a few people rather than go to after like an existentials presentation and try to get an answer from 30 or 40 different people, because you're going to get 30 or 40 different responses. So
Yep. And find your local mini group. Go to
definitely.
minis. That helps.
Yep, definitely. I went to two last year, and it was awesome. The Midwest Heartland Mini, and then the SoCal Mini, and they were absolutely awesome. So,
So what do you think will be the next must-have prop?
you know, there's a ton coming out this year. Um, I know I have them all order from James. So can't wait for that tracking number. It's like Christmas all over again. Um, but it's how you use the props. Anything could be the must-have prop. It's how you use it and how you implement it into your show. I think is that sets it apart from a cookie cutter display, I guess. But if you have the lights, the high density, or what are they called now?
HD props.
Yeah, the HD props is just incredible. So, but
Yeah, I
yeah.
don't like them using that HD prop name. I put HD props in my store for heavy duty. Now they're like high density. I'm like,
You have to go with the HHD.
you know what I think the next popular prop is going to be if I ever finish it? My spiral tree.
I think I have a few messages going to you about, hey, how's that tree coming along? Hey, where's that tree?
The coronavirus held my tree up.
Are you working on those pixel trees?
Yes.
Yeah, I do want to put a couple of them because I need metal because the wind. I get 86 mile an hour gusts. I gotta have metal. I have 6 plastic that I put pixels on them, and I looked at them like this ain't gonna last. So those are gonna go to somebody after I remove the pixels off of them. They can have them for free. I'll send them. Pay shipping. So what is the most awkward interaction you had with a guest viewing your show?
People wanting to take pictures with you.
Yeah?
Yeah. Before this whole filming for a TV show thing, I would go outside because my kids like to give candy canes and my nieces like to give candy canes to people. And that's also kind of like a good, accurate count of how many people come see your displays, how many candy canes you give out. It's the candy cane index. It's my official counter. So I'll take
There
the
you
kids
go.
out there, and people will start asking about the display, and then they want to take a picture with you. I've had this happen like 5 or 6 times. So awkward. I don't want to take my picture with people. Why do you want to take your picture with me? It's just Christmas lights. So I've decided this year, my daughter's 4, my son's 2, my nieces are 5. They could go outside by themselves and give candy canes. After being on TV, I don't want to take pictures with anybody anymore. Nope.
Don't send
Not
your
my
kids
thing.
out there alone.
Trust me, when you watch my episode, you will see that this guy might want to be on a podcast to other Christmas light people, but I don't want to be on TV. I don't want to be that guy. And you'll see that.
Did it take a shot and a half to get you loosened up that first day? I
wish
your
there was
dad made up.
behind the scenes of the Great Christmas Light fight, where you could be like, JR, go take a shot. JR, you need another shot. JR, you need to loosen up. Why don't you go take another shot? We only have one rule. Don't slur or get too drunk, but take a shot. Yeah. I can do this. I am not the TV guy.
Yeah, all day long.
Yeah. Brian's witness to that. Can you say that with a little more excitement? What is your most awkward interaction? Do you have interactions?
So I do.
Besides fogging up the window in your house and they're fogging up the window in your car trying to talk to each other.
I do go out. It is cold. I do bundle up. My most awkward one was a guy that was afraid to roll down the window for me to hand him a candy cane for his family. I was bundled up. My Carhartts, I mean, they've seen better days. They are well used Carhartts, insulated bibs, big jacket.
Right, hold on. Important question to this here. What was the beard shape like? Was it like it is now, or was it a little scruffy?
It was a little bushy.
Okay.
It was, I mean,
there was that game. The guy was playing the game of homeless or homeowner. Homeless or homeowner.
I think I'm gonna have to have somebody put pixels in my Carhartts when I wear them out, so they know I'm part of the Christmas show. I'll be a stick figure walking out with my Carhartts on. But yeah, and I wave, and I'm there with a smile, and pretty whites are showing. But yeah, he didn't want to roll down his window, and I'm like, I got candy canes, and yeah, the window went down. I swear, it was probably 4 inches that the window went down that I passed him candy canes, and I don't know if they went straight in the garbage or if he actually gave them to his wife and kids or not. I have no idea.
For you listening, people, Brian's very clean cut right now, but I can imagine right now a very scruffy Brian. And he'd be like, "You want free candy canes? Free candy canes?" It's just very scary. I would not crack open my window to that guy either.
Well, and I was walking with a limp too, so.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I feel like I should have a whole line of T-shirts for Brian, which is like a
I got him.
scruffy photo of him and be like homeless or homeowner.
I'd get it into like a 4X. It'll go over my Carhartt jacket, and then it'll have a picture of me. I do Christmas lights.
This is my house. Take pictures with me.
So yeah, that was my most awkward um moment doing interacting with the people out viewing, because I mean it is cold, it is windy, so they're staying in their car and trying to get the right angle and stuff. So I'm out there all bundled up, and yeah, so I'm gonna have to I gotta think of something I want to do. I did just watch the mobile prop existentials this past week, so I might get the old Carhartt jacket out and start gluing some pixels on it. Something. Is it my turn to ask? I don't remember.
Yeah, it is. It is your turn to ask.
Okay, so how is your show unique? What are some of the favorite props you have and what you have in your show?
My show is unique
Or want to have?
because it's in an orchard and it covers a lot of ground and I got a lot of stuff going on. I don't know. My show's unique because you'll see it in November. My favorite prop is Johnny's Christmas tree farm because it has an elf of all the Johns. It has my great-grandfather, my grandfather, me falling out of a tree, my dad, and my son, all as an elf in the Christmas tree farm, all doing stuff like my grandpa's cutting a tree, my great-grandfather's driving the Caterpillar tractor, my dad's got an axe, I'm falling out of the tree, my son's eating a candy cane from Creepy Brian. So yeah, that's my favorite prop. It is actually the only prop that's still a plywood prop because I didn't want to replace it, and I didn't want to make it part of the Matto's Orchard collection because that's my prop.
That's yours. Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, that's my favorite thing. What makes my display unique the most is I think it's because it has lands. It's not just a bunch of random stuff. I have the light bulb factory, the snow factory, the Christmas gift factory, the sleigh loading, the runway, the candy factory, the tree farm, Halloween town invading, Mickey Mouse area. So it's got themes throughout the display. It's not just a bunch of randomness. What about you, Brian? What makes your display unique?
I would say the depth, because I got 250 feet from the garage to the dirt road. So, and as this year, I'm actually going out a little bit further, so I can do, more depth to the show, as bringing in stuff closer to the people, maybe a little bit dimmer, down to like 20%. The stuff all the way back at the house maybe at 30%, so you see some depth to the show, and the sequences that people are coming out with are just absolutely awesome. So, and to be able to run that kind of depth. My favorite up and coming prop is what I'm doing, thanks to Simon Reed, when I did the Blinky Flashy with him, was the snowflake tree. I am so looking forward to this and being able to, as I watch sequences now, I'm like, yeah, I can put that group, on these certain snowflakes, because it's going to have 15, 16 snowflakes in it. Is that right?
It's going to be pretty awesome.
So it is going to be super sweet. And somebody's making me some, well, maybe Corona might be holding them up. I got to talk to my metal guy and see if he's working on those swing hinges for me so I can stand it up straight.
Yeah, I have those.
But that's up and coming, and that's what I can't wait to see this year is, and I'm not going to mention the other thing that I'm working on because I'm not sure 100% if that's going to happen. I did already design my display for it, but I got about probably 30 hours of modeling to do for that. So it's going to take forever and a day to model it. So
And what, like,
we'll see what
months
happens.
of pixel pushing?
Well, if I have the carpal tunnel, whatever the equivalent is for the ankle surgery that on my left foot, then I'll have plenty of downtime to push thousands and thousands of pixels. So,
Nice. All right. At this time of the show, we normally play a PPD commercial before we get to rapid fire. But I'm doing a little different. I am doing the PPD commercial live because PPD has a special deal right now. You sign up for the club, you get 10,000 pixels for $1,700, which is like 17 cents a pixel, which is the best deal you could find on the internet. And they come from Matos Designs. And then that's if you sign up for the club for $250, which is already a big, cool deal. And it's only till next Sunday, 5/10. And you use the code capital May 4TH as the code on PPD's website to get the price for the $250 to sign up for the annual club membership. And then you will get a code for Matos Designs to get 10,000 pixels for $1,700, which is a cool ass deal. And if you're already a member for PPD, then you could get 10,000 pixels for $1,735, which is still a really good deal. So PPD, the only sequence club that pays for itself with big deals like this. So go to your affiliates page if you're already a member and get the coupon code to get 10,000 pixels for the cheapest price out there. So there's the live PPD commercial. Now it is time for...
Hi, it's Blinky again. And now it's time for our fan favorite, Rapid Fire Questions.
I think I did pretty good with that.
that was awesome. You did awesome. That was good.
I just winged it. I hope PPD's happy with it. But yeah,
If not, you'll hear.
yeah. PPD. PixelProDisplays.com. I think I forgot that. But hey, it's important. It's a good deal too. Hell, I want to sign up to get pixels that cheap for myself. But anyways, all right, it's rapid fire questions. And I'm going to go with my first question all the time. Which color is your toothbrush?
Blue and white.
Oh, nice.
If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Superpower.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick
I
tock.
think I would go
Rapid
with
fire.
Captain America. Like, look normal and everything, but just he's super strong.
Cool. You're next.
I know. I'm trying to be more original with you because you've heard all my shit. Oh, another edit.
Okay.
This is all right. I edited it out again. This is a bad episode for edits. It's late on a Sunday night, before we have to air on Monday. So we're just going for it. Ryan, if you could live anywhere else, where would you live?
Oh, man. Can it still be in Montana?
I said anywhere else. It doesn't have to be like...
No, I think I would want to move to Wyoming. Same amount of
Drove
land.
through there once. It was very nice.
Yeah. It's just south. You just get a little bit more of a 4-season climate, a little bit.
Okay, your turn.
If peanut butter wasn't called peanut butter, what would it be called?
Peanut jam.
Okay.
All right. If you could redesign one of my lands, which would it be?
Oh.
You won't hurt my
Oh.
feelings. It's okay.
If I had, I would do the airport.
Yeah.
I would have some ideas for the airport, keeping it somewhat traditional, but also incorporating pixels into it with synchronized.
I like that. That's
Yeah.
acceptable. I'm not gonna get mad at you.
No, I hate this other. No, I loved everything. That was that was tough, and that's the only thing I could think of. Toilet paper, over or under?
Whatever way my wife likes it and puts it, because I'll put it on there and it won't be changed all the time. So I don't know. I just throw it on there. I don't care.
You
But
don't care?
no.
Oh my gosh, my wife puts it on there, and I have to change it.
Did she not care?
She doesn't care. She just whatever way
Yeah.
it is in her hand, she puts it on. And I
Yeah.
cannot stand reaching back behind the wall to find, or you got to spin it to find the end. No.
Yeah, I just put it on whatever way it's there, and then my wife changes it. I don't know which way she changes it, but she changes it.
That was going to be my follow-up. Which way does she go?
I don't even pay attention.
You don't even
I just
pay
know
attention.
it gets changed. If you could go anywhere on vacation, where would it be?
Disneyland.
Land or world?
That's our
Land?
Land. We've already been to World. Well, the wife and I, we did the World. That's the one in Florida, right?
Yes.
On our honeymoon, we did the cruise. We did Orlando and all that for the honeymoon. So this time we want to do Land with the kids.
Could I crash that party?
Of course.
Sweet.
Better bring David Peace with you too, because
Well, yeah, he lives down there. He's not a 6-hour drive to come visit.
We're gonna pitch a tent in his backyard. Keep the cost down.
Yeah.
Now we'll find out if he listens to the show.
I know he used to. I don't know if he still does. Now that he's not on it as much.
Oh, I know.
Maybe we should interview him in May too. Just be like, "Where's David now?"
Where is David now? That'll be the. All right, John, put that in your notes.
Easy there with the real name.
What's that?
Easy there with the real name.
All right. At a movie theater, which armrest is yours?
Both of them, but usually I'll sit on the end on the left side and get both, because usually the right's yours. So, but if you sit on the end on the left, you could claim both of them because you could push everybody else to the right. And you don't leave somebody without one.
There you go.
Yeah. Just
That'll
saying.
work.
That's the way to do it, to get both if you're interested. Or you sit in the middle and claim both and then push everybody out.
Yeah.
I haven't been to a movie theater in forever.
I haven't been for probably 10 years, 15
Okay,
years.
I was just talking about the 3 months of quarantine here.
Oh, you're talking months. I'm talking years.
Yeah, like I miss going to the movies, but you're like, huh? They still have movie theaters?
I set even my man cave. I have a 5.1 surround sound and a 55-inch in here, and I got a
but I like seeing
65-inch.
movies right when they come out.
See, I can wait. Patience.
See, I have a really nice movie theater that you could have both armrests because you have both of them. And they're recliners.
Oh.
And then they have like this little table that like sits out. Like the first time I went there, I was like, oh, this table's cool. And it's out here, right? Then we go to leave and I noticed everybody else is turned. I was like, damn it, that moved. So then next time I realized it tilted and went in front of you. And you can have nachos and all your like fancy. They have like really nice nachos and your beer and all this stuff at this movie theater.
For like $49.95?
No, it's like 20. but it turns in front of them, like the table.
That is.
Then you have a table, which is quite nice. But I went through a whole movie
that's
with it
crazy.
out here, which it was still very convenient, but it would have been better if I had it in front of me. So that was. What is?
That's
What
why
is?
you get both armrests. See?
Yes. What is the thing that you didn't like my table thing? What was the biggest thing you've ever not done and then realize everybody else did it and be like, damn it, I could have did that? Not even a question.
I
don't
just
know
had
where
a
I'm
head
going with that.
slapper the other day. Oh man, we're gonna have to go back to that. I just had a head slapper the other day, and I'm like, "You dumb head."
Yeah. I don't like. This is a fun episode. It's going to have a lot of editing because we apparently, when we don't have a guest, we
I
don't know
saved
how to
myself on that one.
react in public. Okay.
All right, you ready?
If you could sell anything for Christmas lights, what would you sell? Would you be a Coro guy, Pixels, or at all?
I would like to be a traveling setup guy.
Traveling.
Now, this is before, of course, last summer when I had all the crap done with my leg. But I really wanted to do that. I wanted to be able to drive around the United States and help people set up for a minimal fee.
That sounds like
So
fun.
I would sell my labor.
How much do I owe you for your minimal fee for your setup of my display?
If we ever get out of this quarantine, a big old hug.
I don't know where now that the Expo's canceled.
Oh, I know.
Very sad about that. I was sad
Yeah.
about Transworld being canceled, but then I was like, oh, there's still Expo. And then they canceled Expo, and I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
tempted just to go to Vegas anyways. If
There's some
Vegas
that
is
still
open,
are.
I might still be going.
Yeah. I think some said that they were still going to go no matter what.
Yeah.
To Vegas. It's Vegas. I look at the weather I'm used to up here, and I look at Vegas
You'll die.
in July.
You had weather issues in California. You're gonna die in Vegas.
So, yeah, we hit it. What I thought it was like 90 degrees here the other day when I was working outside, and it was 78, and I'm just like, oh my God, it's hot. Until I looked at the temperature, and it just, yeah. So I could just, I don't know if they have it in like February. That would be awesome. We used to go down to Vegas in February. No.
Really?
Once upon a time.
All right. So we can't really ask the last rapid fire question.
What's that?
We can't ask each other the last rapid fire question. We both know we would hang out with each other.
Well, yeah. Well, okay. Let's both do. What animal do you think would be the rudest if they could talk?
Okay. A cat.
Oh, damn it!
What?
I was gonna
Is
say
that yours?
cat. Yeah,
See, that's why we would hang out with each other.
because they just look like little a-holes.
Mm-hmm.
You look at them and they want to rip your face off. I'm not a cat guy. I would
don't
like
like
to
cats
have
either.
them outside for the mice.
We're probably losing listeners because we're both not cat guys. I'm sorry.
I've had them before. I grew up with cats. I've had them. I had them at the old house.
I'm
new
allergic
house.
to them,
Yeah.
but that's
Oh,
not
so
really
that's
where my
different.
hatred comes from. It's because like they're mean. Like
Yeah.
we used to have a shop cat at my dad's shop. Cool. His name was Smokey. We leave the gate open. He would like the door cracked, and he would go in and out all he wants. No big deal. Didn't bug me. But some cats are just. Can't stand them.
Okay, so let's throw it off in a different direction. What do you think would be the coolest animal to talk to? I'll go first on that since you took cats. I'm going to say a boxer. I absolutely love boxers. They just have that look on their face like they are just confused 100% of the time.
Hey, you can tell I have
think they would
kids
be
right now because I'm
What's that?
going with sea turtle just because of the Nemo movies. Just throwing that out there. I think a sea turtle would be exactly like the Nemo movies.
Oh, shoot. Oh, man. Well, this was fun. I'm glad we decided to do this.
Yes. It was fun. So who are we going to ask next? Should we tell them or should we just put them on the spot and be like, hey, we need you in the Zoom room? Well, I guess.
Well, I don't think any of them actually listen to the show.
Oh yeah. So let's just put them on the spot.
Put them on the spot.
Yeah. Isn't
I
that
tell you
bad?
what.
The people who help put this show on don't actually listen to them all. No, I think they do actually. So
yeah, you think we'll find out. We'll find out.
And maybe they'll be prepared or not. Yeah.
We'll shoot for Carl. Try Carl or Vinny.
Let's try.
Keith's busy, so
yeah,
we need to try to give him a little bit of time because he's busy as all get out at work. So
yeah, but like, what if we just tell him, be like, hey, we need to have an hour meeting in Zoom.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
that'll work. And then just play the intro.
Yeah, go for it. Well, now that we're doing this like little thing before the intro, we'll just be like, hey, we're recording this because you're going to be on the show. Boom. And then just do it.
And then just do it. Yeah. Awesome. I love it.
If you've stayed this long listening to us talk, we're going to have a bunch of people that put on the show.
It has been a minute.
The show. And yeah. And thanks for listening. I hope you like getting to know us. I don't know if you cared to get to know us, but now you know us. So
hopefully I'm more than the bearded guy.
He's the bearded homeowner, not the homeless. And all right, so we're going to play a little game. If you listen to the show this long, put in the comments on the Facebook page, what shirt should Brian's new shirt be? Should it be homeless or homeowner with like a picture of his face, but not really a picture of his face, but like a.
Oh no, I got a perfect picture for it. I'll share you. I'll send you a perfect picture for it.
Yeah, but we don't just want a photo of your face. We want it to be like a drawing of the face, like a line outline face of homeless or homeowner, or should it be a Montana shirt? So put in the comments. Let us know what shirt we should make for Brian, because we already have the Brian Doesn't Know shirt. But so yes, and check out tryerswag.com. Comment in the Facebook group or on YouTube, but mostly the Facebook group because honestly, that's where we look at the comments at. But yeah, thanks for listening, watching. Bye.
Bye, guys.